Welcome or welcome back. I'm still up to my usual tricks on the rings at the gym, and I'm back for day 60 on February 12th. So today I'll be doing some things after the rings, including some new things. So let's clear the scoreboard from last time and see what we did. Alright, first attempt of the day, here we go. Going straight up. Pretty hard impact. Like I said, I usually kind of overcook it on the first one. Decentish shoulder press motion. Good controlled descent. Looks like my knees are quite a bit less bent on my L-sits than they've traditionally been. Good reactionary force. Good amount of balance. Press motion without hitting the bar. Good bit of balance again. Getting a little shaky looking. Good reactionary force again. Good bit of balance. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 70 seconds with 0 touchdowns. Alright, second attempt of the day. Let's do it. Starting with an L-sit. Very brief. Wasn't totally vertical. I'm getting there though. Still haven't touched the bar. I think I might have just there. Good controlled descent. A little bit of press motion, had to fall back into the bar though. And I do think I touched down there, so we will count that. Not totally vertical, but good amount of balance. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, we can add 64.9 seconds and 1 touchdown. Alright, third attempt of the day. Going straight up. Good reactionary force. May have just barely touched the strap. That was strange. Good reactionary force. Good amount of balance. Knees are starting to look a little bent on the L-set. Wobbling side to side a little bit, but we are balancing. No touchdown, it was close. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 60.3 seconds and 0 touchdowns. Alright, fourth attempt of the day. Here we go. Going straight up. A little bit of press motion. Very good amount of balance. I think I'm about beat. That was a pretty clean up. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's an additional 58.4 seconds with no touchdowns. All right, fifth and final attempt of the day. Going straight up again. Good reactionary force. Didn't stay up very long. L-sit still looking pretty decent. Good reactionary force again. Good amount of balance. A little bit of press motion. Had to fall into the bar. Another good reactionary force. And another one. Even for me to be pretty tired on the last one, this is doing pretty well. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 39.2 seconds and 0 touchdowns. So as a grand total for the day, we were in the air for 292.8 seconds and had 1 touchdown. Okay, on to the things. And the first of those would be tuck planche attempts. I do apologize for the poor framing, but starting with the hands pointed forward, we're getting some level of elbows locked at certain points, not all the time. And now trying hands out to the side, the way I find to be a little bit more difficult. Same kind of thing. Periods where the elbows are locked, not holding it very long. But not falling forward nearly as much as we have. So second attempt. Same thing. Hands pointed forward. Now hands off to the side at about a, 45 to 60 degree angle. Okay, and that's it for tuck planches. So on to something new. And this may initially just look like ring push-ups, but if we wait here for a minute, we'll see something new. And it's something I saw in my Overcoming Gravity book, and apparently it's called rings turned out push-ups. And the author does say that, A, it's going to feel wildly unstable, and you'll feel a lot in your forearms and biceps. So there we go, turning them out as far as I can. I can only get to about a 45 degree angle to start with, but it's something. And maybe to call it a push-up is a bit of a stretch. At this point, I'm just trying to even hold the position, which is very difficult. And so we did it a second time as well. So regular push-ups, or I think that's wide push-ups actually. And then rings turned out. And just holding it. And you can see I'm kind of shaking as I'm doing this because it's not easy, at least for me. And sinking down as low as I can, which it's not as low as I thought it was, but it's something. So that was it for that. Okay, some takeaways, and then I'm going to go attempt to make a fluffernutter sandwich with French toast. So as far as the regular rings go, it wasn't over 5 minutes, but I'd say it was a pretty solid attempt. Now, as far as planches and push-ups go, they definitely need some work. It's one of those things I'm going to slowly kind of ramp up on it. The rings turned out is, honestly, I thought I had push-ups kind of figured out, and then doing that, I realized that I don't. So we're going to keep working on that another day. But that's it for the day. Feel free to check back in, or not. Up to you.